sometimes it can feel really big and heavy because sometimes I'm just trying to stay on top of laundry. But other times I realize and I remember how precious life is and how it's our job and our responsibility to truly live it full out, as cliche as it may feel or sound at times. And even on the days where you're just trying to make it through, the fact of the matter is it's our job to live our life. It's our job to live full out for us in any way that feels right for you. And there is no one right way. Mama! Welcome to Mama Has Goals, your weekly reminder that you shouldn't have to sacrifice your dreams to take on the role of mom. I'm Kelsey Smith, mom of 2 boys, wife, and entrepreneur who's passionate about helping other moms, current and aspiring, to reimagine mom life. I'm bringing you the resources, support, and relatability to debunk that limiting belief that you may have about your ability to achieve your goals while raising a human. We're covering everything from mom guilt, marriage, relationships, careers, finances, mental health, physical health, you name it. Your life doesn't have to fully shift once you become a mom. You can have it all, and we'll show you how. I met someone recently that didn't know my journey, and I was explaining to them what Mama Has Goals is and how I got started. And I was telling them that I had complications with the delivery of my first son, and a whole year later, I found out I had to have a planned surgery. 2 weeks later, I found myself in the emergency room in the middle of the night. And after waking up from passing out from blood loss and having to have another emergency surgery, I really had this ringing question in my head of what story would I have left behind if I hadn't made it through that? And if you've been listening for a while, been connected to me, you've definitely heard me say that before. But the truth is, it doesn't stop. That question was planted in my head and hasn't stopped since. And there's this really fine balance between being really present where you are and wanting to create the best version of your life going forward. And during that season and that time, I had this mantra I would say to myself that was thriving progression. I wanted to thrive where I was, and I wanted to progress forward too. I wanted to be proud of myself for pursuing what was next, whatever was next on my heart. And at the time, I had no idea what it was. We had, in so many ways, such a beautiful life. But what I found myself realizing as I was laying in that hospital bed was everything I had created, while beautiful, didn't really speak to me, didn't say who I was or what I wanted or what my goals were. And I didn't do it intentionally because in the moment, I thought I was really happy. I thought I was pursuing the things I wanted to do. I was in a job that at the time, in many ways, was what I wanted. But what I started realizing was when I thought about my life as a whole, my whole life, all my opportunities. And I have this other kind of story that I tell myself, and it's that I'm at my 80th birthday party and my kids are there and they're talking to friends and family, people that I've met in all these different seasons of my life. And what are those seasons? What are the things that I'm creating? Sometimes it can feel really big and heavy because sometimes I'm just trying to stay on top of laundry. But other times I realize and I remember how precious life is and how it's our job and our responsibility to truly live it full out, as cliche as it may feel or sound at times. And even on the days where you're just trying to make it through, the fact of the matter is it's our job to live our life. It's our job to live full out for us in any way that feels right for you. And there is no one right way, which when you're searching for something and you're looking for hope, it can be really challenging because you're just kind of looking for a playbook. But there's not a playbook. I often come back to this analogy of a toolbox because what I've found over the last couple of years is it is more like a toolbox. And you're constantly adding tools to your toolbox. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to go work on this project and I'm going to get a tool for that project. And then I'm going to go down this project and I'm going to get a tool for that project. And those could be professional projects, personal projects, projects with your network, your family, whatever it is that you're looking to pursue to become the best version of yourself or your life, right? And what I noticed when I started getting into this tool collecting phase of getting all these tools for all these projects I wanted, I wasn't really understanding how to use all the tools. And I wasn't focusing on what I really wanted to focus on. And I think there's a season for that. I have a friend that calls it the buffet season, and I call it the discovery season, because you can't really figure out which projects you want to take on or the things you want to do until you have this season of exploration. And you start questioning, what is it that you want? You start questioning, what is possible? What can I do? And I think that's necessary. I think it's necessary for you to have that season of exploration, discovery, buffet, whatever it is that you want to call it, so that you can come back to answering some of those questions of, no, this is what I want to pursue right now. This is what I want to do. And I see so often that people think they have to live in one bucket. And that's why I'm really excited about this workshop I'm putting together, because over the last year and a half, really 3 years since the moment I woke up in that hospital bed, I've noticed that there are too many people trying to do one bucket at a time. And I strongly believe that the success lies in finding the balance between your buckets. And for myself, personally, my buckets are personally, professionally, and people. So that is my family, my friends, the people in my life. And what I do is each day, as much as possible, I focus on a win or a goal or priority in each of my buckets. And that allows me to create this life that feels full. That when I go back to that question of what story would I leave behind, I think about my buckets. I want my buckets to be full. I want my tools to support my buckets. I want my toolbox to be for my 3 buckets. And you can have different buckets, but what I've noticed is that most of the women in this community align with those 3 buckets. That personal, that some version of professional fulfillment, whether it's a business or a job or something that you're pursuing as a side gig, and then also your people. Those are your family members, your friends, and again, your network. And allowing yourself to measure what that daily success looks like. Now, the other thing I've noticed is when you can break things down into daily action steps, that's where the magic happens. Now, I love myself a big goal. I love saying, okay, this is where I want to go. But for most of us, we evolve and change, and our big goals change. And we are looking to create a path to milestones to get us to our big goal. And our big goal may evolve. It may change. But what I don't think evolves nearly as much is those buckets. And so I've put together what I'm calling my signature framework of my 3 P's to profit and fulfillment alongside motherhood. And I've put this free workshop together to help guide the women in my community and you and me through this process that I've seen time and time again when I follow it create success for me and for the women that I've shared it with. And when we can focus on that path, this map that I've created to measure those small daily wins, to get us on track for those bigger goals, to reach those milestones in pursuit of that big goal, each of our buckets are full and we find success. And that is what I am so excited about and so passionate about. So over the last 2 weeks, you've heard almost all of our pro resources speak on their area of expertise. And I'm so excited next week to share a little bit more with you about the Mama's Business Blueprint. And you can hear a little bit more about it in some of the episodes, as well as in the links in the show notes. But prior to that, I want you to make sure you have a foundation that sets you up for success. And that's this workshop. That's this Path to Profit workshop. So if you are looking to find fulfillment in your life, if you're looking to have joy, if you're looking to pursue something outside of your day-to-day, if you've had something on your heart, you want to find your own thing, and you're not really sure how to get started, Maybe you're challenged with finding time in your busy schedule because we all know that days are limited, hours are limited. If you're looking for a community that gets you and knows you love your family, but also there's a yearning and a calling inside of you for more too, that's what this workshop's all about. So I'd love for you to come listen in, get some great takeaways. What you're going to leave with on this workshop is the proven 3-bucket framework to set you up for daily success. This will help you say goodbye to overwhelm and hello to structure. It'll also give you a method to create business or professional success with very limited time. I'm going to make sure that you have tangible takeaways to build whatever is on your heart without mom guilt. And I'm going to make sure you have a really clear map to bring your business idea to life or scale your current business without burnout. I want to make sure that you avoid that overload and that analysis paralysis because it is so real. Remember when I said that you start collecting all these tools, but you don't actually know how to use them all? We want to make sure you know how to use the tools in your toolbox and you're not just a tool collector. So I'm super excited. I'm going to put the link in the show notes here, but I'd love to have you join me for the Mama's Path to Profit and Fulfillment. It's a free workshop for moms to help you strike the perfect balance between motherhood, personal fulfillment, and professional success. So if you could use a little support, the one thing I want you to do today, I want you to take a moment, the rest of your time that you have listening to this, and just grab a piece of paper or open up the notes section in your phone. And I want you to write down 2 things. The first thing I want you to write down is something I've always wondered is. And I want you to think about something that you haven't pursued, something you've been curious about, something that you don't see possible for your life right now. I want you to write that down. And then right below that, when you complete that, I want you to then write a way I think I could find my answer is. And if you don't know, that's okay. Just write these questions down. But something you've always been curious about is a way that you think you could find your answer is. I want you to bring these to the workshop and I want to help you get those questions answered. Go ahead and shoot me a message on Instagram at Mama Has Goals, MOMMA has goals, and send those answers to me if you'd like some support. If you're not sure how to get that answer, I want to help you get it. Mama Has Goals truly is a resource platform. So what that means is when I don't have the answer, I want to find a resource that can find the answer for you and me. So if you aren't sure how to answer that question, let's do it together. Sending you so much love, Mama. I cannot wait to see you next week at the Path to Profit and Fulfillment Workshop. That is a wrap for today's episode, but we are far from done delivering value to you. I want to introduce you to Mama's Business Blueprint. This is built to empower you, your business, and your family. It's a 12-week live group coaching program tailor-made with the busy mom in mind, coming from a busy mom, to help restore balance in your life. I'm so excited to help you bring your business idea to life without sacrificing that precious time with your family and that time for yourself. It's a comprehensive journey with pre-recorded modules, monthly live Q&A and coaching, and exclusive access to incredible experts and resources from the Mama Has Goals Pro resource community so that you can get that essential one-to-one support that you need. So mark your calendars and make sure you sign up using the subscribe link in the show notes so that you can stay up to date on all the offerings and all the drops. We will start sharing this program on Tuesday, October 4th. We will open the cart and it will close the following week. I cannot wait to see what this brings you and watch you excel with the Mama's Business Blueprint.